में फूटने से ओपे पुण्यंगरा
Spartans, prepare for glory!
Not abandoning him, but we're videos. You get betrayed by General Shepard, and Ghost, which is like almost everybody's favorite character, gets killed by General Shepard. And you know that betrayal, it was pretty shocking. Like I don't think anybody saw it coming. It pretty much just came out of nowhere. It's a really great campaign. And I know a lot of people don't like Infinite Warfare, but I personally loved the campaign, Infinite Warfare. But anyways, this scene was a pretty powerful scene because you get betrayed by General Shepard, and then you're still alive at this point. My own theories about how to save Ghost. So let's try using some mods, simple mods, and I'm going to try to shoot General Shepard and see if that kills him. Because if I don't turn it off, then he still technically counts as a friendly at this point. In which case, if I shot him, it'll revert me to the last checkpoint. P90 here, so I can immediately shoot him. But unfortunately, as you can see, it just kind of takes us to right here, where we're tossed. So, I don't know, I guess it's not really saving, because like they're gonna dump gasoline on us anyways to set us on fire. But technically, by skipping that part, we don't see the us. Interesting is that when they fire thing off, they still count as friendly, so you can't shoot them. You have to like stand back a little bit so that you can actually shoot them.
और हम जिसको स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनरशिप कहते हैं, इन ट्रू सेंस हमारी स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनरशिप एक लंबे अरसे से
Russia does not engage in state-sponsored interference with other countries' elections. You are talking about America, Germany, and Russia. You talked about President Trump, about Mrs. Hillary Clinton, about Chancellor Merkel, and about President Putin. You've been talking of such big people today. I don't think that you don't need a lawyer like me in between all of you.
А вы кто? А что я должен перед тобой? Что ты передо мной с автоматом ходишь? Кто ты такой? Кто такой? Да кто такой, говорю? Кто такой? Ты на моей земле находишься. Ты на моей земле находишься. Дальше той, что ты тут с автоматом стал передо мной? Снимай все и это. Пускай выходит в эфир прямой, чтобы Володя Путин дурака не включал, блядь.
Global Leaks is now on Twitter. Join.
Давай.
Что такое масочка?
Давай.
А ну звони, блядь.
Все.
Звони, пусть подыхает сразу поворота.
Подходи.
We live in a lively world. This is Global Leaks.
are for peace, but we want...
We've just taken further measures to respond to the crisis in Ukraine. In the air,
Окремий полк зв'язку, цілі полки генерального
Підрозділи. 2 батальйони.
Температуру до мінус 20 градусів. Воді 25.
А что такое?
Это противотанковые мины.
Безвинные, а, ребятки. Дети!
Я согласен, это неправильно.
Вооруженных людей.
Ukrainian forces on the outskirts of the town. Within Slovyansk's boundaries, the minister claims was captured to intervene to stop what it calls the raid of retaliation in the east. Moscow had threatened catastrophic consequences should Ukraine move against the separatists.
Как на металлолом сдать баркасы ваши украинские в Севастополе. Теперь продукт в таком.
Уже много раз свой срок с эти функции, они, конечно, не смогут. А
Aircraft equipment supply source, the TA-14 power unit, and mechanical systems for weapons suspension built in the S-451 day-night electro-optical surveillance and silence system includes GLA-S air-to-air guided missiles, up to 4.
They are the only nation other than the US to have every possible kind of military equipment from long-range bombers to next-generation subsystem equivalent till date. So without further ado, here are the 10 most powerful weapons of Russia. Number 10. The word Sukhoi is now synonymous with the Su-27 and 30 series due to its extreme popularity all over the world. Developed to counter the F-15, the Su-27 design has evolved over the decades into one of the most formidable fighter aircraft in the world. The current variants, the Su-30, 34, 35, will form the backbone of the Russian Air Force in the next few decades. The main strengths of these fighters are their exceptionally long range and large payload. The Su-35 can do whatever the Su-30SM can do, but it is a single-seater and carries more fuel as well. The Su-34 is a long-range heavy tactical fighter bomber, which can carry a massive payload of 12 tons and a 4,000 kilometers range. It has excellent electronic warfare capabilities which are enhanced by externally mounted jammers. Number 9. Russia has also been experimenting with robotics and drone technology for many years. One example of this is the Uran-9 combat robot. It's basically an unmanned remotely operated tank. Although it's small, standing just a few feet taller than it to support the troops on the ground, scouting ahead for threats without ever putting a soldier's life in danger. It is even capable of saving soldiers' lives, as reportedly certain variants have been designed to transport wounded soldiers back to base and even measure their vital signs. Number 8. Russia plans to launch a multi-purpose aircraft carrier about the size of the US Navy Nimitz carriers. The carrier would carry 80 to 90 aircraft and a crew of 4,000 to 5,000. Catapults and ski jumps enable it to launch more than one aircraft, including air defense fighters and strike aircraft. Number 7. The Armor 2 unveiled in 2014 with features improved armor including underneath to protect it from landmines. Its high-tech shield may include sensors that can detect incoming rounds and automatically fire at them to knock them off target. The crew can man the tank's main turret by remote control as they sit inside an armored pod, separate from the ammunition store in the turret. The outer armor is meant to explode outwards to help protect the crew. The tank is believed to be far enough rocket power to break through the atmosphere and destroy targets orbiting the planet. Theoretically, loss of US satellites will mean a huge drop in communication capabilities as well as a complete lack of GPS technology, which basically means killing other planes. It also features advanced stealth technology and will be able to attack ground targets as well. One of the advantages it has over jet fighters is its extreme maneuverability. It can come to a full stop in midair and hover there like a UFO. This is extremely useful in dogfighting because it enables the plane to dodge missiles and get itself into a firing position on other planes with ease. In 2020, they have hypersonic missiles. Their newest missile, called the Zircon, will be ready for service very soon. This missile is capable of speeds of up to Mach 6, which are very hard to track and destroy. Hypersonic missiles can be used to intercept nuclear warheads. They can also carry nukes themselves. The Russians are getting ready to equip its ships, sonic speeds for only 6 seconds. Number 3. Russia is the only country other than the US to possess long-range strategic bombers. Russian aircraft maker Tupolev has built the first full-sized model of its next-generation strategic stealth bomber known as PAK-DA. Among other things, it will be capable of carrying Kh-32 cruise missile, Russia's latest anti-ship missile specifically designed to attack load. For now, Russia is using Tu-160 M2 long-range supersonic strategic bomber. Number 2. The Yeltsin-class submarine having weight of 13,800 tons holds the distinction of being the most heavily armed attack submarine in the world, with its 32 vertically launched cruise missiles and 38 torpedoes. These submarines feature a high level of automation, which allows them to have a crew of just 90 men. Its primary sensor is the large spherical array sonar in the bow. These submarines will be the first Russian equipped with a fourth-generation nuclear reactor which doesn't require refueling for 30 years. Number 1. The Russian military 109 to 10 seconds. The S-500 radars will be able to detect and simultaneously engage up to 10 ballistic supersonic targets flying at a speed of 5 kilometers per second to
Прошу запуск.
Я гнездо. Задача на полет. Перехваты от...
Я X-01, прошу исполнительный.
Занимайте исполнительный. 4-й квадрат. 01, прошу взлет. X-01. Взлет разрешаю. Ветер 110 градусов. 5 метров. Курс 150 на 95.
Вас понял.
X-01, немедленно покиньте квадрат. X-01, немедленно покиньте квадрат. Маневр, возврат на точку, что вы там устроили? Ну вас нафиг, парады упрямые!
Что, стрейфил, напарник?
На земле поговори. X-01, набирайте 5. Доложи. 01 занял 5. 02 приготовится маневр вправо 30.
Spetsnaz in this video. Don't forget, the US has greater population and its armed force missions, whereas Russia is relatively more homogeneous in this regard, especially in terms of the mindset of its soldiers. The US has much broader access to native speakers of various languages across the world and people who understand parts of the world. Spetsnaz may have some advantage, including underwater scenarios, free-fall demolition training, engaging in hostage and terrorist 4 hours sleep. Only about half of the candidates survive the training. Navy SEALs are organized into teams 1 to 5 and 7 to 10, some of them with a specialty beyond their already intelligent and deadly skill set. For example, SEAL Team 2 specializes in Arctic combat. But if we are trying to compare the toughest with the toughest, we have to talk about SEAL Team 6, which was formed after Delta Force failed at rescuing the hostages in 1980. They require training our secret material. Born in the mid-1950s, during the Cold War, the Soviet Spetsnaz were originally specialized in missions of stealth, sabotage and even infiltration. According to the little information, there is great emphasis on hand-to-hand combat. Their fighting technique is called Sambo, a martial art of struggle originating in the Soviet Union. In addition, most of the maneuvers are carried out with explosives and real fire, which causes them to have one of the highest mortality rates in the selection processes of special forces. Each unit is made up of a team of 8 to 10 soldiers who act under the orders of an officer. These soldiers are trained in such specialized fields as explosives, precision shooting, the use of transmissions and reconnaissance. The SEALs have an extremely large and exclusive budget which allows them to buy top-notch gear. However, a lot of it depends on the particular mission they will be conducting. The weaponry may include light machine guns, assault rifles, submachine guns, pistols, sniper rifles, which comes from a variety of manufacturers and countries. Non-weapon equipment ranges from standard military issue to commercial off-the-shelf products. Again, pretty much anything required to get their job done is at the disposal of SEALs. In terms of Spetsnaz are also afforded the opportunity to usually get the first pick of new types of weaponry. They also use aircraft carriers, fastest vessels and presence of numerous military bases across the globe. Spetsnaz would find it almost impossible to deploy to some place in the Middle East or Africa on short notice, as Russia has fewer bases outside former Soviet Union. Satellite intelligence and various intelligence give significant advantage to the US as well, whereas Russia has not invested sufficient money over the years into such capabilities. In addition to naval assets, US has some unique air resources, such as Boeing V-20 Little Bird helicopters, which are specific.
Я твердо убежден, что на этой площади собрались одни из лучших сынов чеченского народа. Мы с вами выбрали путь Ахмад Хаджи, а он твердо стоял на пути посланника Аллаха, саллаллаху алейхи вассалям. Америка, Европа объявила России экономическую войну. Они пытаются вызвать в стране хаос, панику, массовые беспорядки. Но российский народ объединился вокруг своего лидера Владимира Путина. Чеченский народ в этом единстве занимает одно из центральных мест. Мы говорим на весь мир, что являемся боевой пехотой Владимира Путина. Если поступит приказ, мы верим докажем, что так это и есть. Просим национального лидера России считать нас добровольным спецотрядом Верховного Главнокомандующего, готовым защитить Россию и ее стабильность границы, выполнить боевую задачу в любой сложности. С сегодняшнего дня каждый из нас обязан быть готовым в любую минуту доказать свою преданность делу, которому посвятили жизнь.
Ist the Second World War. Wir sind gerade auf dem Breslauer Platz direkt vom Hauptbahnhof angekommen. Die Organisatoren von der Hogeser-Demo sind auch schon da. Wir haben auch schon versucht, mit denen zu reden, aber bis jetzt sind sie vor allem. And was named Public Enemy Number 1 by Focus.
Ich wundere mich eigentlich, ja.
Die salafisten Schweine! Wir wollen keine salafisten Schweine!
Wir haben gerade schon gesehen, da ist der erste ziemlich laute Trupp von Police Officers. So, gehen wir da mit? Die Polizei hat jetzt auch in plötzlich Bewegung, da kommt gerade auch wieder ein Trupp. Ziemlich gespannte Stimmung.
Okay, Helm raus, Helm raus.
Demo wurde aufgelöst.
Möchten Sie dieser Aufnahme und nicht nachkommen, wird die Polizei weiterhin unmittelbar Zwang auch in Form von...
Wir wollen überhaupt gar keinen Stress. Die Bullen haben da provoziert, Beschüsse, so eine Bombe.
An die am Boden lagen, haben sie mir die Möglichkeit gegeben, sich die Augen auszuwaschen oder irgendwas anderes. Haben weiter draufgehauen, weiter reingesprüht und naja. Zum Beispiel, trying to make sense of the who and why. Far-right groups from all...
Look at his waist, man, fam. There's some...
I understand that this is the
Pardon?
This is the best day of staying in here.
Oh, that's absolutely fine. I don't.
There are verses in the Quran that say kill the kuffar are as bad as the Nazis. You're talking about reproduction and the evolution.
We've just found some interesting food.
وزير ابن حرام يخرب وحياة مصحف هلا بيتي اعطيه لواحد من
To the Syria report to Facebook group, the Syrian Arab Army soldier seen in the video has since been killed in a firefight in East Ghouta. If you have any information about this video, then we'd really like to hear from you.
Here's why. Several weeks ago, there was an announcement by the Kurdish crowd stating in the certificate to be a very big shift.
In the statement made in the square, the group say that the executions are being carried out in retaliation.
c'est qu'un bout nul n'était pas fait pour les... Oh non pas.
Première époque vide, ambiance clandestine dans un bar.
روح جيب لي العالم اللي برا كله